Hello again, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for June 28th, 2024. I hope y'all are having an excellent week out there in the financial markets. And as always, we're going to take a look at the most recent VantagePoint predictive forecast. So if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click on that link in the description below, and you can sign yourself up for a live demonstration and learn all the specifics about how this predictive technology can help you make much better trading decisions in the marketplace. Now, as we typically do, we like to take a look at the S&P 500 via the SPY ETF. And one of the things we always take a look at is this year-to-date numbers. We can see we're up about 15.5%, had a really nice year and a lot of nice opportunities within the last 6 months. But what we've seen recently is things like NVIDIA, a lot of things leading the way, running a little bit sideways, leads to a little bit of sideways movement in the S&P 500. But there's still a lot of great opportunities out there, and the markets are holding up quite well. So this is where we want to go ahead and look at VantagePoint and identify, okay, where are those strong markets where we can identify some nice trading opportunities. And so we're going to start out here with shares of Eli Lilly, and this is a really good example of how all of these predictive indicators work together. And so what we're seeing here is daily price action, right? So each one of these candles that you see represents a full and complete trading day, and it's right up against all that price data that what you're going to notice is there's a black line and a blue line value. Now, the black line that you're seeing there, that is a simple moving average. This is a very common technical analysis tool. In this case, it's a 10-period simple moving average. So it looks back at the previous 10 close prices, adds them all together, and then divides by that number. And so one of the reasons that we use this is it acts as a good baseline, right? Letting us know where market prices have been over a given period of time. But really the weakness with tools like this is that all of the information comes from the past, right? It's really summarizing what's already occurred. And additionally, it's only looking at one market in isolation. So in this case, one pharmaceutical stock, and really just plotting that price moving forward based on the most recent close. But what VantagePoint traders are able to do is really use that as a baseline and compare that to this proprietary predicted moving average. And for this price essentially to get calculated and plotted every evening, well, this is where the technology of VantagePoint comes in and performs what we would call intermarket analysis. And so rather than just looking at past close prices and then plotting on the chart and getting dragged along, well, VantagePoint's artificial intelligence, a set of neural networks, are looking at the relationships between Eli Lilly and dozens of other markets that are known to drive and influence future prices. Now, this can be obvious things like, pharmaceutical ETFs, right? We can see some good, relationships there, other healthcare stocks, other individual pharmaceutical stocks. But what we need to think about is there may be positive correlations, inverse correlations, leading and lagging relationships. And this goes all the way through the stock market, but also things like currencies or interest rates, or certainly commodities when you're looking at gold mining stocks or oil companies. And so this is very important when you're looking at, okay, what specifically allows us to have some price clues on Eli Lilly here and generate these highly accurate predictive indicators. So in this case, whenever this predicted moving average moves above the actual moving average, well, it's suggesting average prices are going to start moving higher. You want to start executing those bullish trading strategies. And so we see here that this market is up about 18% just in the past last 30 trading days, so about a month's time. But that's not it. It's not just that predictive moving average. We also, if you look at the very bottom of the chart, you see this bar that goes from green to red and back to green. Well, this is updated every single evening. So this would be the most recent forecast at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And this is also utilizing that predictive technology of artificial neural networks, but they're tuned to solve a different problem. In this case, short-term strength or weakness over the next 48 hours, right? So what we have here is the overall trend direction. We say, okay, well, we know that this trend is up in Eli Lilly, and then the neural index can help you with that momentum over the next 48-hour period. So what you'll see here is that you get a little blip here, another blip here where we get some lower lows over that subsequent 48 hours. But when that neural index is bullish, that's where we see a lot of momentum kick up into the marketplace. And this is where traders can use even intraday tools like the VantagePoint predicted high and low range. So in addition to the overall trend direction, short-term strength or weakness, you're also provided a predicted high and a predicted low. And this is what we take a look at each week here and say, okay, well, when you have these tools available, every single day you have this information before the market even occurs. You can have limit orders just waiting down at these levels to scoop up some shares and participate. And so this allows traders to add to their position, takes profit along the way. But here you see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 entries here. And you even see just a couple in the last trading week here. We're moving down to that predicted range and seeing a nice move. really since last Friday here, moving into the most recent price action here, move about 3.5% here. So let's take that same understanding and say, okay, well, here's intuitive surgical, right? We take the same approach regardless of the market. And again, we see a strong crossover, blue line crossing above the black line. But you'll notice here that look how long this market runs sideways before that trend picks up. And you'll notice that look how the neural index is skewing bearish, letting you know, look, there's short-term weakness here, but the trend has shifted. And you want to go ahead and look to take bullish opportunities here. You see again here, a little bit of sideways and pullback in this environment here, but overall the trend is very bullish here. And so when traders have this information combined with things like the VantagePoint predicted highs and lows, well, you have all the tools you need to say, okay, well, where should I be accumulating a position? Well, down at these predicted lows would make more sense here. And again, you see over the past couple of weeks, really nice entries here as this market then continues on its bullish trend here. And so this is where traders can use these tools to identify, okay, where are the strongest trends and where are those fresh shifts happening in the market? Is where VantagePoint's features like the IntelliScan really allow traders to really fine tune exactly what they're looking for, right? So if you want to see that predictive crossover, see it as soon as it occurs, or identify markets that are already in trend for potential day trading opportunities, well, that's where VantagePoint is really exceptional and ideal and can help you really fine tune your overall trading approaches and strategies. So we can move forward here. Here's shares of Tesla, very popular stock. And so again, we see this blue line crossing above the black line. Last couple of weeks here saying, look, the overall trend is up. We have a couple of days where the neural index gets bullish and you get more of that sideways price action. But look at this most recent forecast. You've got 5 straight days of the neural index bullish, blue line over black line. And of course, we can look at those VantagePoint predicted highs and lows day to day. And you see here just this week, this would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now and Thursday. Well, we've moved to much higher through the week here, but just this past week, we've seen a nice uplift in prices and the overall trend, again, moving higher here and offering a nice opportunity, about a 7.7% rally. So again, just identifying that there's some areas that, you may want to avoid. Forecasts aren't as strong. Neural index is getting bearish, but over here, you've got a lot of strength, the overall trend up and a 7.7% rally just this week. Shares of Amazon as well. We get this crossover last week, blue line over black line. Again, this week, where are those predicted highs and lows coming in at? Well, just where we need them to be, right? Buying here on Monday, a little bit on Tuesday, and then that trend continuing higher there. Lastly, we'll end on O'Reilly Automotive. And again, just a very similar example here of why we want to identify these shifts early on in the market. And this is where the IntelliScan feature is really helpful. You can set things up that every night you say, okay, well, where on the markets that I'm trading, where are those fresh shifts occurring? So I make sure that I identify them. And then have those updates every single day so you can manage the opportunity. So when you identify that, okay, there's been a trend shift here, but as day by day goes by, you want to identify, okay, well, the predicted range may move down here. You may get, again, these predicted low ranges here. Again, expect the range to move lower and help manage that opportunity. So again, you see after this big move, we get a little bit of volatility, but again, neural index gets bullish, predicted highs and lows going to help you, again, with that trading and identifying that, okay, the trend is up. We've got these short-term factors and then those fine-tuning predicted highs and lows to help fine-tune the entry here. So again, really nice move here and shift higher in O'Reilly Automotive. But of course, we want to identify these things early so we can get that nice cushion and keep adding nice opportunities into the portfolio. About a 7, almost 8% rally just over the past 15 trading days. So once again, this has been our Hot Stocks Outlook for June 28th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck out there and bye for now.